Welcome to first episode of Nomura podcast, the Oahu podcast. Yeah, just to hear talk about the new realities of recruiting is what we got on slate for today, and just kind of how things are going. Yeah, so Coach Ron, I guess just to start things off, I mean, let's just start with Ohio. I mean, we just got back, a few weeks ago and took some time off. How do you think the trip went?
Oh, I think it was excellent. I think opportunity to play 20 games in 17 days, especially when we went into that tournament. We had quite a few double hitters, but I thought it brought out the best and the worst in some of our players. They got the opportunity to get some challenges and face some adversity.
Definitely some challenges. I mean, one of the guys we got to face up there was Sullivan kid, 2026 grad, up to 96, and I think in his latest outing with Midland was up to 98. I mean, what was your thoughts of the competition up there?
I thought it was a great experience. I think, I was really surprised that, when we first went to Cleveland had good pitching.
It did.
It was very impressive. The T3 Warhawks and the Ohio
Tops.
Select teams, the Tops teams, they had some guys that can throw. They had a guy from Ohio State, and then they had that one pitcher that led the state in strikeouts.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So our guys had a chance to face some good pitching. So by the time we went to Cincinnati, hey, they were kind of prepared.
Yeah, I would say so. We were definitely ready to go. The boys were swinging it good, and yeah, it was a positive time. And first time we took down Midland up there in Cincinnati.
That was great. I mean, that kind of made our trip. If we lost every single game, it didn't matter, but we got that opportunity to face Midland, and we beat the Warhawks the other year, so our goal was to beat Midland, which we never could because those guys are loaded year in and year out. And for our players to go in there, and our pitching was impressive. That, the name of the game, you got to have pitching. If you don't got pitching, it's hard to stay in the game, and our pitchers did a hell of a job that game.
I think throughout the whole trip, I mean, the boys just 8 innings, and it was good to see these guys just to continue developing their game and kind of just building on that development concept. We kind of want to shift the conversation to the realities of college baseball recruiting. I mean, where do you think the investment needs to be? If you were the parent of a high school kid, trying to give your son the best opportunity to play Division I baseball or play college baseball, what are some things you got to look at and consider?
I think the bottom line is recruiting itself has totally changed. The game has changed, and people got to realize it's not about building a program anymore. It's about building a team. So they're going to try to get the best players that they can get for that year, for 1 year. They don't care about the second, third, fourth year. They worried about that year. And so if you're a freshman trying to play at a Division I, if you're not ready and you're playing in some 16U tournament or 17, no, you got to play against guys that are older than you, because when you step on that campus, you better be ready, because you're going to be competing against guys.
24, 25-year-olds.
Yeah, 24, 25-year-old guys that graduated, they got their degree already, and they just trying to hang on. And this game becomes momentum, and those guys kind of got the edge because they played Division I baseball for 3, 4, 5 years, and now you're competing against somebody that you haven't even played, and coaches realize that.
Probably now about building your team 1 year at a time. I want the guy that Skip Bertman was able to redshirt, okay, and then get in there in some type of role, and then elevate that role, and then become, a player that everybody around here remembers. The reality of that is that's much more difficult to do, in this landscape today. So we have to adjust. We have to adapt, improvise, and overcome that.
Last thing I think I just want to touch on, talking about the summer was, let's talk about Judah Ota for a little bit. I think had a great summer. All the games he played against us, ripped against us, and had a great PG National Showcase. Was getting text messages from a lot of other scouts. Very impressed with him. What's your take on Judah Ota?
I think he's taking the right path. He came with us at an early age. He competed, and our goal is to help these kids get into good programs. He's at a point where getting the workouts, he's been to the PG national game, he's been to the area code game. So yeah, he he's on his path. He's on the right path. You know, not too many guys are going to be as talented as that kid, not only physically but mentally. But yeah, he's on the right path.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think like we also see, you know, like there's the Judah Otas of the world that are 6'5", can hit bombs and run real well. But at the same time, there's other players that can continue to work on their development. They make it to the D1. We look at like Tanner Aoki. What was your thoughts on his story and his journey and his path? And
You got that, you know, guy that tier right below the Judah Ota that might have that opportunity. If he works on the development of his game and not worry about the exposure and work on developing his game, then you're going to get a guy like Tanner Aoki that kind of put in the time and you know, he can produce and he has the confidence to play at that higher level. He's playing at least at a Division I level.
Division I.
And there's a lot of guys that don't even reach that level. But the bottom line comes down to is you put in the time, work on your development, and there's opportunities out there.
yeah.